Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Keep Steward podcast. Hope you have been well. On this platform, we aim to provide you with practical insight, biblical knowledge to help you become better stewards of your time, talent, and treasure, all within 10 minutes. Today, we want to dive into 5 crucial ways UK consumers are legally protected from financial fraud. And today's episode builds upon the previous episode where we talked about how to keep your money safe. Life is a tricky one. Anyone can become a victim of frauds. Anyone can lose their money through no fault of their own. The essence of this video is to help you learn some legal ways within the UK that you can use to recover your money if you found that you have become a victim of fraud. So let's get started. The first type of protection that is available is what we call the Section 75 protection. The Section 75 protection of the Consumer Credit Act in 1974. This is a legal protection for anyone who uses credit card for purchases, and the purchase amount must be between £100, or the items you are buying must be between £100 and £30,000. And here, you don't have to actually pay for the entire sum on your credit card. If you're purchasing an item of £200 or £2,000, for example, and you only pay maybe £100 on the credit card, then you are protected for the entire £2,000. So here is how it works. Your credit card company is jointly liable with the retailer if things go wrong. So let's assume that you book a dream holiday, for example, and you paid with your credit card. This holiday cost you maybe, let's say, £1,000, for example, and then the company goes bust, that is, it went into administration. Here, you do not need to worry, because using the Section 75, you can go back to the credit card company and you will get your full money back, no question asked, because the Section 75 protection gives you a kind of security if anything goes wrong with your purchase, as long as you have paid with a credit card. Now, the second protection is what we call the Chargeback Scheme. The Chargeback Scheme. Now, this is when if you use your maybe a debit card, for example, for a transaction. Now, unlike the Section 75 protection that we talked about in the first example, this protection, the Chargeback Scheme, is not a legal requirement. However, this is a voluntary arrangement by the banks, the financial institution, that can become a real lifesaver. And in this case, for example, you ordered a gadget online with your debit card. And if the item did not show up, for example, after the date of delivery is not delivered, you can actually go back to your financial company, maybe let's say your bank, for example, and ask them to reverse the transaction. So this is just like you hitting the undo button on your payment. And if you do that, the bank will then reverse the transaction and you get the money back in your account. This is very good in the sense that some cases, many people have used this to recover their fund, especially when they cannot reach the supplier. And I remember a lot of people using this during the pandemic. You book for an holiday and then things go wrong with the date of the holiday. And many people use the Chargeback Scheme to be able to recover the money that they have paid for the holiday. The third protection that we'll be talking about is the Payment System Regulator (PSR) requirement. And this is the latest protection for consumers in the UK. Actually, it came into effect here in 2024. And this is rolled out just to protect consumers from what we call the authorized push payment fraud. So from 2024, for example, if you are tricked into transferring money to fraudsters, then the bank can reimburse you usually within 5 working days. So this replaces a previous scheme. And here, within 5 days, your bank is expected to refund you of any lost money. Now, it is possible that you fall a victim of a scam in the sense that you want to pay a builder, you want to pay a solicitor, and then you got an email because out of nowhere saying you should pay into a particular bank account. And on the basis of that, you trust the details, you went into it, you paid, the names are very similar, and you later discover that this is a scam. Using this protection, the Payment System Regulator requirement, your bank or your financial institution will be able to reimburse you the money, usually within 5 working days. So this is something like a financial time machine. Of course, with this protection, it doesn't mean that you should not be careful in protecting yourself, but just add a new layer of security. Now, the fourth way you can recover your money is for you to go to what we call the Financial Ombudsman Service. And here, sometimes your financial institution might not want to refund you if you have become a victim of scam. So what you can do is to lodge a complaint with your bank or your financial institution. And if your complaint is not upheld and the bank says no to refunding you that amount, you can go to the Ombudsman Service. And with the Ombudsman Service, the Ombudsman will look at the matter as an independent body, more of a referee to serve as to look into the matter between you and your bank. And if the Ombudsman rule in your favor, it means that the bank will have to refund you the money. In the previous video, we talked about different types of scam. Now, consider an example where an individual got a call and then the caller says, oh, your bank account has been compromised. Now, what you need to do is to transfer the money in your account into a new safe account that we have opened for you. Now, if that happens and the individual trusts the caller thinking they are from their bank, and they transfer the money, after discovering it's a scam, the individual can go back to their bank and the bank would say, well, when you are trying to make this payment, did we warn you that it can be a scam or not? If you say yes, based on those information, the bank can actually rule against you and not uphold your request for refund. But then you can go to the Financial Ombudsman Service, and with the Financial Ombudsman Service, you can present your case, show the timeline of how the incident happened, and if the Financial Ombudsman Service rule in your favor, then you can, the bank or the financial institution needs to refund you any amount that you have lost. Now, the last option, which is what we call the action fraud or the police reporting. Now, this one might not directly, refund you your money. However, it's also very crucial. If you become a victim of scam, for example, it is always important to report this to the police or the action fraud. And if you do this, it will help them to piece the picture together. For example, if many people report this type of scam to the police or the action fraud, it makes it very urgent for the government or even the ombudsman to pick it up to see that this is a bigger issue. In some cases, if the fund is recovered from this fraudster, for example, then it is possible that with record of your report, you can be called upon by the police to take your money back. Okay, so those are the 5 ways you can, work towards recovering your money. The first one is the Section 75 protection, and this is very good if you use a credit card for payment. The second one is what we call the Chargeback Scheme, where you use a debit card for your payment. The third option is the Payment System Regulator requirement, and here is where the bank, by law from 2024, is required to refund victim of financial fraud. The fourth option is for you to go to the Financial Ombudsman Service to recover your fund if your complaint to the bank or the financial institution is not upheld. And the final option, which is the fifth one, is for you to report the fraud to action fraud or the police. This might not refund the money immediately, but if the fraudsters are arrested and the police is able to cover the money from them, then you can be called upon to collect part of your money or even to reclaim all your money. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you very much for listening. Again, if you have not already subscribed, please go ahead, show us some love, subscribe to the channel, and please share this information with your friends and your family members. And lastly, what we can ask of you is to leave a comment in the comment section. If you have any point that you want us to discuss further, put it in the comment section. If you have any specific topics that you want us to cover on this podcast, put them on the comment section and we'll cover them in future episodes. So until next time, never forget that you are a steward. So continue to learn, apply these principles, grow, and find a way to serve other people. Thank you very much. See you next time.